Hello my friends, this is Sylvie Curry, Lady of Q. And today I want you to join me as I make some chili. Nice comforting chili with no beans. I'm going to be making this chili with some ground pork and some ground brisket. These are two meats that I have plenty left over from when I do competitions because I have lots and lots of trim to use. So I grind it up and use it for varying things. This chili is not like any other chili that you usually would make. You know, if you're one who just goes to the grocery store, gets a packet of mix, chili mix, add some ground beef and some broth or something and you think you've got chili, no, that's not what this is. This is a chili with layer and layer and layer of different flavors. I've got chilies that I've ground, some I freshly ground from dried, which include some with an oaky flavor, some with an earthy flavor, some with a little heat, some with a little less heat, some with no heat, all just to come together and incorporate to make all these different layers of flavor within my chili. This is a no beans chili. Did I mention that? Don't remember. Anyway, because it is a no beans chili, you can use it for varying things. You want some chili cheese fries? Put it on there. Good to go. You want just some chili fries? Put it on there. Good to go. Chili dog? Yep, it works there too. Put over a hamburger? Yep, you got it. Or you can just take a bowl of chili, add you some chopped up onions, some cheddar cheese or other cheese that you might like, a little bit of sour cream, get some saltine crackers to the side and just enjoy. Come on, join me as we make this no beans chili. Oh, did I also mention that this chili can be a great hit at parties such as the big games, some of the football games, basketball games, any of those type of games. Go on, make you a bowl, have your friends come on over and just treat them. Take care and let's just do this. Today I'm going to be making a championship chili. There are a lot of ingredients in this chili, and I'm not going to give you the amounts right now. I'll list them in the description, or I'll put the recipe in the description. The reason for that being I'm going to quadruple the recipe that I'm going to give you because I'm making this for a big group. Examples of what goes in this include garlic powder, onion powder, Mexican oregano, New Mexico mild chili, California mild chili, New Mexico hot, Guajillo chili, cumin, Gebhardt chili powder, salt, Arbol chili, Pasilla chili powder, cayenne powder. I've got some beef broth made from beef base. I've got onions, tomato sauce, whole plum tomatoes, diced tomatoes, all because I didn't have any of one kind, so I'm just combining what I have. Got lots of garlic. In addition, some stewed tomatoes that I had in the freezer. And I've got a lot of trim. Here I've got brisket and ground pork that I packaged a few months ago, put in the freezer, and now we're going to make the chili with it. To start, I've got my beef broth made from beef base in my pot. I've got a big container of stewed tomatoes, and I've got lots of garlic cloves, onions, and I took all my spices that I showed you earlier and I measured them up, and this will be my first, we'll call it a dump. So we do it in different sections, the different layers. So the first dump going into my broth will include all of these ingredients. To start this chili, I've got my broth, beef broth in this big pot, and I'm going to be adding some of the other ingredients, and they include my stewed tomatoes. And keep in mind, I mentioned that I was going to do a really big batch, so this is 4 times the recipe that I'm going to give you in the description. Got my garlic, lots of garlic in there. Onions going in. And my seasoning mixture. I took all the seasonings and mixed them all together. And I have varying layers that I'm going to be putting in. This is the first layer of seasoning. And that's all going into my broth mixture. Ooh. Paper in, paper out. Okay, this is going to simmer for 30-45 minutes. And as it's simmering, I'm going to be working on browning my ground pork and brisket. Here's my broth with the onions, garlic, and stewed tomatoes is simmering away. And we've got about another 20-30 minutes of simmer time for it. And right now I'm also going through the process of browning the ground meats. I've added the seasoning mixture of the second dump to this ground meat. And we'll try to get it mixed up and add it back to our big pot. I've got to add that my ground meat mixture, I did drain it of all the fat. So now we're going in to our big pot. I'm going to finish adding all this to my big pot, and I'll be back and show you what it looks like. All the meat's in the pot now. And we'll give that a stir. And then we're going to put it on and let it simmer some more. And we've got a couple more seasoning dumps to make also. We're making chili. No beans chili. I'm now going to add my third dump of seasoning mixtures, and I'll have all the different ingredients in each dump listed for you in the description, so don't worry. There are lots and lots of layers of flavor going into this. The chilies are a variety of mild to hot, some earthy, some smoky. Starting to look good. Still a little ways before we do our taste testing to see if we need to add more salt. Because I do have that one more dump to do. We're going to let this simmer for an hour to 2 hours and let all those flavors get all blended and melded in there. Then we'll do a taste test and see how it tastes. I can tell you right now, it smells really, really good. Game day chili. It's been simmering for about almost 2 hours now. And the texture's right, the color's right. I did a taste test. I added a little bit more salt because it needed it, and I knew that would happen because it's not very much salt put in the beginning. And the heat is nice. It could be a little hotter, but we're going to leave it neutral so that more people can tolerate it. Get you a bowl of this stuff. Dang good.